Thanks for staying on to the news now. And in our very first story, individual bondholders who opted not to participate in the domestic debt exchange program will have to wait at least 2 more weeks for their matured bonds to be paid, as the Finance Ministry says administrative processes are ongoing. This latest clarification from government comes after the coalition of individual bondholders pitched camp for hours at the Ministry of Finance, demanding answers on why government is not keeping its promise of payment of matured non-tendered bonds on February the 21st. Joseph Akakpo, my colleague, was at the Finance Ministry and now reports.
Government had assured it was going to pay investors once their bonds matured. Some of the instruments matured on 6th and 20th February with the expectation of payment on February 21. But that did not happen. The coalition comprising Pensioner Bondholders Forum, Individual Bondholders Association of Ghana, and Individual Bondholders Forum was therefore back at the Finance Ministry in search of answers.
We just want to make sure that this is going to be paid. The assurance was given, 21st I will pay. And I think that if 21st you can't pay, or you couldn't do it on the 21st, it was only fair that that same 21st you came out with a statement explaining why you couldn't make it on the 21st and assuring your investor that, look, I'm going to do this way, wait for me 1 or 2 days or 3 days, I'm resolving these issues so that I come and pay you.
After hours of waiting and having a meeting with the minister, members say they have received a firm assurance of a detailed payment plan to be announced by the ministry.
With tomorrow being 1 week since the revised settlement date, we found it quite improper that there's been no communication about payment. From our perspective, what typically will be done is that the day that you are using as a benchmark, you should be announcing to investors what the payment plan is. We want to assume that the government may have been overwhelmed, so we've granted that and we decided to come as a collective to meet with the minister so we can have clarity and have our members also understand exactly where we are and have the broader investor community also have clarity on what to expect and how to manage this entire debt exercise. We have received some clarity. We've received commitments to improve communication between both parties, as in government and all of us as a common group, i.e. the Pensioners and Bondholders Forum, the Individual Bondholders Association of Ghana and the Individual Bondholders Forum.
We have been assured by the minister that the ministry is issuing a press release latest by the close of day today. And that is where they will state how they are going to meet the payment of the outstanding bonds. We have been assured that from the press release that will come, it will specify when it is going to be paid, whether they will pay all up to a point or it will be staggered. We don't have that information, but the minister will issue a statement. And from that statement, there we will know when people are going to get their money.
But that would determine your next time as well, or you've already been briefed on that?
Well, if the statement comes, we believe the statement that will be coming will be accepted because they have given assurances that within a time frame, these things will be sorted out. They are doing according to them, they are doing reconciliation to ensure that you know exactly who must be paid and who must not be paid. So let's grant them that period to do the reconciliation. And when we come out with the statement today, we will see where we are going forward from with that program.
The statement from the ministry is also expected to provide details on what accounted for the non-payment on February 21.
Now, the Darul Hadith Institute for Islamic Studies is calling for a concerted effort among various religious and social groupings to create lasting peace in Boku. This follows weeks of renewed violent clashes in the area. The group has acknowledged efforts by government through the security agencies in peace building, but believes there is need for more to be done. Head of the institution, Sheikh Anas Tawfiq Ibrahim Bakri, wants media houses inciting violence in the area sanctioned, as he calls on the public to exercise restraint in their comments.
We call on all stakeholders, including government, Nairi, Kusasi Chief, civil society organizations, the media, faith-based organizations, northern political and business elites, youth groups, Mamprusi and Kusasi graduates and students organizations, women groups, and the entire Ghanaian community to join hands in waging an enduring peace in Boko. This deserves our complete and clear support. We also call on the youth and other stakeholders to be measured and exercise some level of moderation in their pronouncement in order to restore peace in the area. On the part of government, high level of humility and sincerity is needed in handling the situation at hand. We expect the National Media Commission to up their regulatory mandate by applying appropriate sanctions to media houses that are used to incite violence in the area. We also call on the Minister for Defense and the Minister for Interior, being sons of the North, to do more in resolving the conflict in Boko. The President has done it all by entrusting the security of the country in their hands. So there should be absolutely no justification for this conflict to continue in a relatively small area like Boko. And while the presence of military on the ground may bring about negative peace by temporarily calming the situation, we maintain continuous multi-stakeholder engagement is critical. We call on the government to set up a special relief fund for the people of that area, especially for women and children, as they continue to lose their businesses and breadwinners through this conflict.
Now, traditional authorities at Pulima in the Sisala West district of the Upper West region have banned the burning of charcoal using dawa trees. Paramount Chief Kworo Osman Dewie Nankpa, who announced the ban, said they would liaise with the Sisala West District Assembly and the Forestry Commission to ensure that offenders caught are sanctioned. Rafiq Salam reports.
Charcoal burning since the days of yore has been the pastime of the people of the Sisala enclave. It was done in small quantities for domestic purposes. However, with the passage of time and the people in their attempt to make ends meet are now doing it in large quantities and for commercial purposes. Trees mostly used for the commercial venture are shea and dawa. These are economic trees that grows in the wild and in an ecological zone considered to be fragile. Paramount Chief of the Pulima traditional area, Kworo Osman Dewie Nankpa, speaking at the annual Gandawi Nabahelme Festival, celebrated by the chiefs and people of the area, lamented about the indiscriminate cutting of economic trees for charcoal burning. He warned those involved in the act to stop or they will be severely dealt with.
The shea and dawa trees, which have been phenomenal in the socio-economic lives of our people, have recently come under the hewing axe without recourse to everyone's cry. The chiefs and people of this traditional area in our meeting have unanimously resolved that we have banned the burning of charcoal in our traditional area using shea and dawa trees. This ban is effective today, and anyone caught in the act of felling shea and dawa trees for charcoal burning shall be sanctioned with punitive measures. We shall work with the District Assembly and the Forestry Commission to make this ban very, very biting.
Kworo Osman Dewie Nankpa also used the occasion to speak about other challenges in the area. Key among them is the 76 kilometers Wahem Pulmutumu Road project, which government has awarded to 5 contractors for execution.
The chiefs and people of this traditional area reaffirm our commitment to give the contractors working on the stretch of the road our maximum support to make the road completion a reality. the chiefs and people seize this opportunity to condemn in no uncertain terms the unfortunate incident of skirmishes that erupted in the Pulma community, leading to the firing of guns relative to a land allocated to one of the contractors to excavate gravel for same project that we all cry in day out every day. We further appeal that the EU Farm Access Roads initiative that saw the Sisala land nearly going up in flames because of our exclusion from the project, despite the fact that it remains undisputed that the Sisala land produces significant proportions of Ghana's grain stock year in, year out. This issue, Honorable Regional Minister's representative, must be revisited to give our roads the needed facelift.
Sisala was Member of Parliament Mohamed Sokparu urged the people to work to maintain the relative peace in the area.
And so therefore we must at all times lead an exemplary life for the youth to emulate, so that we will continue to have the peace that we are enjoying in our communities. It is only through that we can get development. It is only through peace. When they say there is fire in Gandawe, not even His Excellency the President of the Republic, who has control, and even our military would want to step his foot here. Never. He wouldn't come here. It is only when they say Gandawe, there is peace in Gandawe. That is when civil organizations, NGOs, politicians, people will be trooping in to ask us to know some of our challenges so that they can come into our aid.
Reporting for J News, Rafik Salam, Sobale.
On to education now, and the Student Representative Council of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology has established an endowment fund to help student entrepreneurs. The president, Franco Usu, says this will aim or complement the university's efforts to groom entrepreneurs. There is more in this report.
Data from the University of Ghana has revealed that only 10% of graduates find jobs after their first year of completing school. The data also indicated that it may take up to 10 years for a larger number of graduates to secure employment. Mr. Franco believes the endowment fund will curb this trend.
We want to groom students to also become entrepreneurs. But as an SRC, we believe that we have to find ways and means of ensuring that we achieve our mission as a university and also solve the issue of graduate unemployment in the nation. I believe as a university, we shouldn't only sit down to train people to be employed, but rather we are also training people to employ. We have had a lot of instances in the nation whereby people will finish school and they will go and join the Unemployed Graduate Association of Ghana, and it's something that we don't want. As an SRC, this is something that we have been able to bring up upon consultation with all the stakeholders within the university, management, the student parliament, and then the SRC. And then we have come up with this particular fund to help ensure that every single student out of the school fees he or she is paying is contributing 5 Ghana cedis for the establishment of this particular fund. And this particular 5 Ghana cedis is going to go a long way to help ensure that every student who has a brilliant idea or an initiative or an intervention that you think can help, we will bring it on board, we will support with the fund, and to go a long way to help ensure we reduce the issue of graduate unemployment, and we also train employers to employ people for the world of work.
Kane University Vice Chancellor Professor Mrs. Akusia Dixon pledged the university's commitment to train future entrepreneurs.
And we believe that this is very, very laudable. And we, as the president said, we don't want any of our students to join that, I call it a very unpopular association. I don't even want to mention the name. He was bold to do so. Indeed, our focus with the current vision is not only to train employees, but also to train employers, and Frank emphasized that. I wish to assure you that KNUST will continue to create an enabling environment for entrepreneurship training to continue to take center stage in whatever we do.
Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Deborah.
Now, the Member of Parliament for Yendi, Farouk Aliyu Mahama, has supported 75 brilliant but needy students in his constituency. Each beneficiary received between 1,500 and 2,000 Ghana cedis to help pay their fees. Alhaj Aliu Muhammad says education is the passport to the future for those who prepare for it, adding that this defines the focus of his leadership and the major direction of his social interventions.
Speaking at the disbursement ceremony, the MP said education is the passport to the future for those who prepare for it, adding that this defines the focus of his leadership and the major direction of his social interventions.
Education is the passport to the future for tomorrow's belonging to those who are prepared for it. This defines the focus of my leadership and the major direction of my social intervention. My current programs, projects, and policies in the educational sector is set to offer us with educational well-looked for out and to get an improved infrastructure, modern learning materials, putting the teacher and the students.
Deputy Director, Administration and Finance of the Ghana Education Service, Idrisu Amadou, who represented the Municipal Director of Education, said the commitment of the MP to education in the municipality is phenomenal.
As a country, for us to develop, then we must take education very serious. So that is why we deem it very, very important that the Honorable Member of Parliament has thought it wise to institute this scholarship scheme to help needy but brilliant children.
He urged the Member of Parliament to give more opportunities to girls in such award schemes.
So I will urge that next time we are instituting such award schemes, let's consider the girls. Let's give them more opportunities. Let's give them all the assistance that they will require so that they will also rise to the level that our MP is.
Some of the beneficiaries spoke to Joy News.
I'm one of the beneficiaries from the Family Scholarship. On behalf of my colleagues here, I would like to say a very big thank you to our Honorable MP.
I think we can pay him back. The only payback we can offer to him is vote and vote wisely.
I benefit from the farm. I wish next year to be the next MP of this community. I am so happy to get this scholarship. I am very happy so that I can prove my parents that I can be like Farouk.
The news is done, but I'll tell you what's just about to begin. The news review. Let's stay with us and let's have a great time right after the break.